Mr. Martin Dubka, performing at Cymru Beats. We're just done the sound check, and you'll be performing a bit later. I just wanted to just take a look at your setup. I'd say it's probably the most compact of everybody.
It's
were you having a little bit of? Are you having a bit of kind of inadequacy feelings of gear inadequacy?
Exactly. Whatever that's called.
But it's how you, what you do with it and what it does is the most important thing, right?
So they say.
So you're bucking the trend a little bit from the first two people we've seen because you've got some keyboards.
I have, yeah.
So how's this setup work? What have you got going on here?
Well, I'll preface this by saying I just got the Keystep this week, so
right. Still being integrated.
We'll see if it works or not. But I'm using it as in the studio as I would use my 101.
Right.
So I can like put in notes and rests with my fingers.
And just do it.
Just like think of a little sequence, program it, and in theory, you know, it should all play and sync and everything.
Right. So what's driving all of the kind of pulses and the rhythms of this? Is this just from the sequencer, or have you got something else going? You doing it with clocking, or?
Yeah, I mean, I've got the Pamela's workout, so I've got my BPM and a bunch of clocks and stuff, and then I've got the little MFB for basically the rhythm of almost everything.
So you're doing the same. You're going down the tip-top route.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't know if everyone does this or not, but I always do the sequences and the gates, or triggers separately.
Right.
So I never run the gates from the sequencer. Does that make sense?
Yes. Well, it makes sense as a statement, but why?
I don't know. I genuinely don't, but I've noticed other people don't do that. So, but you know, something like the Turing machine, obviously, it hasn't got any gate outs. So I don't know. I kind of think of it as like I kind of think of the sequences as like a constant stream of notes, which I'm like chopping into.
Oh, okay, it's an interesting.
So I think of the triggers more like that, like, you know, the sequencer is just going, and I don't have any VCAs on the final output either. So the filters are always, you know, if I open my cutoff, it'll just be bleeding completely.
Right.
And again, I do that because I think of those things like, you know, the notes are always running and it's always going on in the background, and I can open it up completely and hear everything, or I can chop into it with the envelopes and the triggers.
Okay, oh, that's an interesting. That does make sense. That does make sense. So, yeah, okay, no, I get that. So, what are the main voices that you're using in the system then?
So yeah, there's the drum machine, and then we've got braids. Braids into the E440, which goes into the Electro Harmonix Memory Man DIY thing.
A lot of people love them. It adds a certain something, right? Isn't it?
It's
that
great.
crusty delay.
It's a really good delay. What else we got? Then just a single Dixie, which I'd like to upgrade to 2, into a Wasp, into an Echo. I had to take the Echo phone out yesterday because there just wasn't enough space. I changed the setup round quite a lot.
Really? I mean, that's brave. I mean, surely doesn't that make you, when you're in the moment, think, oh no, that's not here today. What do I do now? Yeah. Get that. Yeah. All right.
Thanks for thanks for reminding me.
But that's part of the charm and the thrill of it, right?
And I kind of, you know, every gig that I've ever done as well, I've always I have this urge to put something new in that I don't really understand yet, possibly, and in this case, that's the Keystep.
Right. So
you know, that's part of why I do it. I think it might go wrong.
Yeah. Well, I think people kind of that gets it more exciting as well, I suppose.
I hope so.
I mean,
just for me at least, you know. Yeah.
So. You've got the Rene for how are you using that? I mean, there's not a lot of ins and outs patched on this at the moment, or is that this part?
No, I'm using it. I mean, it could almost be anything. You know, it just happens to be the Rene. I'm just using it, as I said, at the moment as a stream of notes. Sometimes I like the function where you can hold down the things and then kind of freeze it. You know, if I just want a specific bit, it is useful for that. But in this instance, it's running the bass, which is the Dixie 2. So I've got an oscillator with a sub oscillator, so I'm getting a kind of 101 thing.
Right.
And then this DIY mini Moog, which is just the U-Synth DIY mini Moog filter.
Right. But you flip that up into a case, I mean, you know, you're pretty much good to go, just hands-free almost.
Well, that's, you know, my setup is a lot smaller than everyone else's, but I'm willing to bet mine's the only one that fits in hand luggage.
I think looking around the stage, that's a fair... I don't know, that may be... But yeah, this definitely not, but yeah, I take your point. And so so are you gigging a lot then?
No, not anymore. I did like a real glut of gigs. And then that kind of led to me doing another project and getting a record deal, and I've been making an album with that.
So that's a different sort of
it's
side of your brain as well.
Yeah,
I suppose,
it's kind of... I started doing a lot, and I've just been occupied with this album.
So do you try and perform pre-recorded tunes that you've already made, or do you try and make something new when you play live? So live is whatever's going to happen.
I wouldn't know where to begin recreating something. It's just whatever, you know. And with stuff like the Turing machine, it's kind of
who knows what's going to happen.
Exactly. To me, that's the beauty of it. You know, it'll just chuck something out, and I'll have to react to it.
Thank you very much, Martin.
My
pleasure talking to you.
Thanks.